Either you're a serious Seeburg record enthusiast or you're wondering, why did YouTube send you here? In any case, I'm going to clean up some old records and then I'm going to play some of the songs from them so you can see what's on them. And here we go with my spin clean device. This is a magical kind of a device you could use on all sizes of records, and it's through these little rollers by just changing positions that you pick what records you are going to be cleaning. And they weren't designed for Seeburg records, but you have to use, if you use the far left position on the left one and then the third slot in on the right one, that gives you the exact perfect size for a 9-inch Seeburg record to fit in without falling into the bottom. And these little guys, these are velvet, and they have spongy stuff in them, and they will clean off the records with the appropriate fluid and water. So now we're going to fill this up to the line with water, and over time, you may notice if I've got it in a shot, I don't know, but the bottom gets grungy as all the glop from the records goes to the bottom. But just fill it up to the line, and you can be assured that the water will not get even close to the label. It'll actually come right up to the run out, and that'll be that. Now here we are putting everything in place. I've got the little pads, got them, clean the fluff and dust off of them. They're dry. You just slide them in the slots and they click in place. They get a little hard to pull out after time. And then we go for the little rollers, and I'm going to put them in the wrong spot. As you see, they are the record. Once I grab one of these records, you're going to see it's just going to drop right in there. So here is the Spin Clean Washer Fluid Mark III. You just fill a cap full of that and you pour it right on the little foam things, and it'll just soak into the foam. And then as you start running your records through this, it'll get it moving. So here we got the little montage as I open these records. Nobody wants to see this all stretched out. And I have no idea what these things are going to look like. People say all kinds of things on eBay. And I've found over the years that many people tend to store their Seeburg records in their sandpaper drawer. So you're going to find some pretty grotty stuff. And these ones are maybe not the best ones I've ever seen. They're not terrible. The person packed them in newspaper, so I don't have little sleeves or anything. I'm not a fan of all of the original packing. Some people are. Me, I actually prefer to put them inside the record sleeves that you use for 10-inch records, you know, the old 78 records. And here I am going through them and inspecting them. We're going to get another close-up of that and looking to see what kind of glop and grime awaits me. And don't worry about the fingerprints. We're not building Swiss watches here. These are not the precious jazz records from the 1950s with kind of blue on them or something. And they're not the half-speed master of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. These are really, really lo-fi records. 16 2/3 RPM, mono with little skinny grooves. So we really aren't going to have to work to try to get them to. So we're really not trying to make them perfect. Again, here I am just giving them a once-over and probably finding some stuff that I'm not really happy about. But that's the way this works. You get a set of 7, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they aren't. Now notice, it's going to fall right in there. So, okay, there you go. You put one in the far end position and in the other roller in the third slot from the end. So far end and third slot. The instructions tell you to give it 3 full rotations in one direction. And I always just look at the brand name and put that at the top and make sure it spins 3 full times. And then we flip it around, or we simply start rotating it in the other direction 3 full times. These particular ones are actually not really comfortable to spin. I'm feeling that they are from the later days, and they were made from much thinner vinyl, and they've got kind of a knife edge on them that is just unpleasant on your fingers. But this process still works pretty well. and you wipe them off with this little white cloth that they give you. I've heard that these actually are the kind of thing they would soak up your blood in the hospital when they're doing like a surgery or something with. I don't know if that's true, but they're nice and fluffy, and they are perfect for soaking up the water and drying these records off. And here I am going through another record. You can see 3 full turns one way and 3 full turns the other. And you see how the top of the sponges don't quite get to the label? So we're really getting everything on this. And then when I pull it out, I flex it in a way so that it does a sweep off. It doesn't leave like a line on there. It sort of squeegees off the last of the water. And then here we go. We use this little surgical pad, blood soaker thing, if that's really what they are, to clean off all the water that's on the record, and we set it in a dish rack. And we keep on going. Here's the 4th one. I'll work my way through all 7 of these and give them a good workout. And as I'm going through them, I'm finding stuff that's not necessarily the best. Sometimes you'll find grit you need to work with a thumbnail on or something. Again, these are not the greatest records in the world. So here's my inspection after the cleaning. And we're going to look at a couple things. All these weird little things you see, there's not much you can do about it, and you're going to get pops and so forth. And when we post-process, we're going to use software that's going to clean a lot of that up. This one, though, is toast. There's no way I'm going to be able to use this record. I might be able to get a couple songs off of it, and if I could identify the songs, I might be able to find other copies I have in my collection that match them. But this is done. All those scratches. And this one here that I'm going to show you, this last one, wait for it, here we go. It's got this weird, look at that. It looks like it was sitting on a spiral bound folder or something like that. And that'll play. We'll just have to clean it up. Here we are getting the machine ready. And I have to put oil in it and blow all the dust bunnies out and load up the records. I always love looking at this mechanism. That never gets old. A spray here, a little spray there. They always tell you to put, about once a month, put 2 drops of oil or 3 drops of oil in each of those little tubes for the top and the bottom bearings for the motor. And there's another spot, which I'll show you someday. Not in this video, though. And here we go. We have it ready. And now I'll keep quiet. Isn't that cool how it changes records like that? Place the top and then the bottom. And this one works just fine. The way I'm getting it to switch records is I'm flipping the reject switch. And that pops the little lever that makes it switch to a new record. And we'll do a couple more songs just to see what's on these. I'm not going to do the whole set. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching.